Swahili Nation family. I am Ungel Zalalem and this is Recap. Uproar as UK excludes graduates from African universities in new visa rule. Britain will offer work visas to graduates from the world's best universities in an expansion of its post-Brexit immigration system that is designed to attract the best and the brightest workers. But no African universities are included in the list of eligible institutions. Under the scheme announced on Monday, graduates with bachelor's or master's degree from the top 50 universities abroad can apply for a 2-year work visa and will be allowed to bring family members with them. Those who receive doctorates can apply for a 3-year visa. Successful applicants will then be able to switch to longer-term employment visas, the government said. From the 50 universities the UK allowed to enter, no African university made it. And a lot of people were calling them out, asking them how come not even one African university made it or is eligible, And we all know we have the brightest students. We all know they've been using our people to build up their nations, but all of a sudden now they decided to exclude Africans. And a lot of Africans are offended by this because this is a missed opportunity for many Africans. But what I have to say about this is, as much as it's an injustice and what they did was not right and it's downright discrimination, what we need to focus on is building our own countries and our own continent. If this is going to force us into focusing on what we have right now, right here, and work hard where we are and develop and grow our countries and our continent as a whole, I'm not mad at that. A Swiss multinational admits to massive bribery in Africa. On May 24, 2022, Swiss oil trading giant Glencore admitted to a US court via virtual link that it had paid nearly $100 million in bribes to officials and public agents in 8 countries around the world. In Africa, the goal was to obtain and retain contracts with public and state-controlled entities in the West African countries of Nigeria, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, and Equatorial Guinea. They are admitting that they have spent over $100 million bribing African officials so that they get our natural resources in a way that's not legal, in a way that will hurt the economy of the countries, in a way that will hurt the people of those countries because they are not getting those contracts the right way. They are not drafting the contracts the right way because they paid a few people. They will steal from us. They will take that natural resource and go and sell it and make billions out of it. This has caused so much chaos within these countries. I'm so glad that people are getting to know about this and they had to speak up in court, and now they are gonna pay about $1 billion for the damages that they have caused. AU wants talks amid rising Rwanda and DR Congo tensions. Senegalese President Macky Sall, who is also the African Union chairperson, has called for dialogue between Rwanda and the DR Congo as tensions escalate between the two neighbors following the resurgence of the M23 rebellion group. Increasing tensions between the DR Congo army and M23 rebels near the common border is threatening to drag Rwanda into the conflict. This is truly sad. We've talked about this last week in our previous recap, and we were talking about how sad it is to see brothers fighting. So as I said last week, DR Congo is accusing Rwanda of being involved or in supporting a rebel group that is terrorizing DR Congo, and they are accusing them of benefiting from a conflict. And I was saying how it's really sad. We don't want to see this. We want to see unity. We don't want to see division within Africa. There's already a lot going on. Outsiders are trying to dismantle us as it is, and us fighting or turning on each other it's not good. So now AU is trying to get involved and fix this, and we really hope that they do fix this. Truce in Ethiopia opens the door to African mediators. As encouraging steps are taken to resolve the military conflict, pressure for a negotiated settlement is needed. After almost 2 years of conflict between the federal government and Tigrayan forces, Ethiopia seems to have decided to resolve its most devastating militarized conflict peacefully. On March 24, the government of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali declared a humanitarian truce to facilitate a free flow of emergency humanitarian aid into the Tigrayan region. Sadly, this conflict has affected many people, and unfortunately, the Tigrayan people have been paying the price for the decision that this rebel group has been making. And it's sad because mothers and children and even young men were affected because they were being forced to go and join a war against the Ethiopian federal government. And it was really, really sad. It's still sad. It's not fully solved and not everything is back to normal, but at least NGOs are being allowed, humanitarian aid is being allowed to go through Tigray, and people are getting the aid that they deserve. For so long, the aid was not going through because of the conflict between the rebel group and the government. But now that they have called truce, the aid is going through the people that deserve it and they need it. There are still reports that the rebel group is not allowing everybody to get the aid because of maybe a grudge they were holding, because mothers were not giving up their children to the war. There's so much going on, but at least now we can say that the aid is getting through the Tigray region. Anyway, Swahili Nation family, let us know down below what your thoughts are about the topics we've covered. I'll see you next week. Bye.